All right, welcome back. Here we are. This is Don Potter, and we're looking at lesson 32, Beyond Basic Phonics, English Morphology 101. It's a great lesson. My last one was 20 minutes, a long lesson, but it was a great one, and it's going to really help you with your reading and spelling and vocabulary development. And so we're going to go through this one very quickly. By the way, I could not put my picture of me teaching this on the last one because it was so long that I didn't have room for it. And so this is a shorter lesson, and so here we go. And again, you're going to see how everything you learned that I taught you in the last lesson can be applied to these words. It's just going to be an explosion of vocabulary. Your vocabulary is just going to go off the chart. And your teachers at school are going to notice this when you're like one of the best readers in the class, and they ask, what happened? And you can say, oh, I went beyond basic phonics. I'm studying English Morphology 101. And you'll impress your teachers and your parents and your friends. This is great. And I'm so happy to do this. We're going to have some fun with this lesson. So, I had fun writing these sentences, by the way. Number one, the porter can transport the portable chair to the reporter. That's a lot of port, isn't it? But you know that port means to carry. And ER is a person or an agent. Might not be a person, but it's an agent, someone who does something. So you have the porter can what? Transport, carry across the portable chair. That's a chair that can be ported, it can be carried, and he took it to the reporter. So you got the two ers on there showing that you got an agent. All right, number two, the disruptive student interrupted formal instruction. So here you got rupt. So he broke in, he disrupted, he busted into the conversation, and he interrupted, he got in between there and interrupted the formal instruction. So it wasn't just a little conversation, but the teacher was teaching a formal lesson, like standing up front and maybe lecturing. All right, number three, tractor. I grew up on a farm. I know all about tractors. I've driven them for countless hours. So a tractor is an agent. It's something that pulls. It may not be a person, but it's still an agent of sorts. It needs big back tires to get good traction. Okay, so traction means that's the noun form there, and it can pull. So the tractor has big back tires to get good traction, to pull a plow. And I'm sure you've noticed the tires on the back of a tractor way bigger than the tires on the front of the tractor. Number four, volcano. Here we go. The volcano erupted, like it busted through the earth in the middle of the night and attracted our attention. And so track means to pull, and attract means pull too. So that volcano out there, that got us out of bed. It attracted our what? Attention, which is the noun form. Okay, what do we got next? Number five, the importer imported a new tractor to transform the family farm. So we have a disguised prefix right there. I'm sure you know that by now. It's actually IN, and the N, because there's a P after it, assimilates, the M assimilates to the P. All right. And then imported, we just put this past tense ending on the end of that and replace the ER with the ED. And then we have tractor again, and then to transform, it's going to change the form of the family farm, probably going from horses to tractors so they can plant a lot more stuff. Number six, here's a good one. We have to decide whether to conform to the norm or transform the norm. Well, the norm's what everybody else is doing, okay? So are we going to follow the form, or are we going to start a form of our own? Okay, that's the way fads get started. When I was a little boy or young man, shoes came out called hush puppies. And everybody bought hush puppies because they wanted to, the people transformed the norm, and everybody else decided to conform by wearing that kind of really nice shoe. Number 7, I signed a formal contract to conform to the new information. Wow, we got, let's see what we got. We got 1, 2, 3 words with the root form, don't we? Yeah, form. Look how productive that is. And then we have contract, means to pull together. Number 8, don't distract me when I'm measuring angles with my protractor. And we talked about a protractor measures is a device that measures angles, used especially with geometry. And distract, that just simply means, track means pull, so don't pull me away from the math problem I'm trying to do here. Number 9, the contractor signed a contract to conform to the building code. So you have 2 words with tract, and remember, OR is an agent. So the contractor, the person who agreed to pull together with the others, has signed a contract, a written agreement to conform. They're going to have this, they agreed to the building code. And so when they build that house, they're going to have to follow what's called a code, and everything has to be up to the code or they cannot build that house. Number 10, the good reporter informed us on the corruption in the contract. So evidently they had a written contract and it was corrupt. And again, we have a disguised prefix right there, so it was corrupt, it wasn't any good. And then the reporter who carried the information, right? You got the prefix there. Informed, he brought the information in about the corruption in the contract. Okay, this is 7 minutes, a little shorter than the other one, a lot of fun, and this is going to really help you with your reading. So practice these so you can read them fluently, and then you're going to see this skill that we're learning right here will transfer to things that you're reading in all of your books. Perhaps like this book right here. What? That's not the right one. Anyway, I guess that'll work. It's a book about J.R. Tolkien, who wrote the Hobbit, but you'll probably be reading the Hobbit instead of that book. Anyway, we'll see you with the next lesson.